So when I started my apprenticeship in a small town in Manitoba, I didn't know all the little things that would be involved that come with it. Example, we had a flower shop in the funeral home, and we made arrangements for funeral services, for graduations, anniversaries, weddings. We'd go on a Friday night or Tuesday, pick up flower order from the Greyhound bus station, and then take them back to the funeral home and cut all the flowers and put them in fresh water so they're fresh for the next day. I didn't really like doing that, because I was there to be an embalmer, and but in the end, it paid off. It was good education for me. The other thing that was quite different, which I thought every funeral home did, is if there was a house death, I would go to the house and the RCMP would be there and they would assist us in doing the transfer. And so when I came to the city, I thought it was all the same, and it wasn't. They don't. In the city, you take two people and you go do a house removal. The good thing about what I liked in the small town, if there was a suicide, car accidents, which I found very interesting and I loved it. And then when I came to the city, they don't do that. The medical examiners have a transfer team that does that, and the funeral home employees don't do any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, we still, in the big city, we still do house transfers, nursing homes, but any car accident that, we weren't involved in that. So we didn't have to carry cell phones in those days because we didn't have them. There was always somebody on phones at their house that while we were out doing a transfer and on some funeral services. So during the summer months, we would also make concrete bases for the monuments at the cemetery. Brian and I would go out and dig in the dirt and place these concrete bases in there, and then when the company would come in with the monuments, they would place them in there. So we had to have all this stuff ready. And so in this small funeral home, we did so many little things that were so different than what the city funeral home people do, and they have no idea because they don't do any of that stuff. And so it was quite interesting, hard work. And I remember with Brian, I would, in the winter, because in Manitoba then we got a lot of snow, I would shovel my house, then I would go to work, shovel the sidewalks there, then I'd go to the owner's house and do his sidewalk. I would do the former boss's driveway, and then I did the little Ukrainian ladies next door do her sidewalk. And the good thing about doing her sidewalk, she would show up with a pot full of hot pierogies covered in melted butter, and that was the best thing I ever ate. And so in this, when I hear staff, young people complain about how hard they work any of the staff complain about the hard work they do in the city, it bothers me because they have no idea what life is like in a small town. And for most funeral homes in small towns, it's still the same. So these guys in the cities, they should go work in a small town and see how hard they really are. Yes, you're not as busy doing bodies and arrangements, but it's all these other things that you're involved in. And these guys come in, they got cell phones to take home, but in the small town when I started, there was no such thing as cell phones. And we didn't have coolers, so the bodies had to be embalmed in the middle of the night if we did transfer. And so when they complain, it irritates me. And but that's what you get into, and it was just a part of life. And I look back at it and think, wow, I actually did all that. And give me a like, subscribe to my video, and I'll follow up with another one soon. Give me a comment. Thank you. Bye bye.